This is the Texas STAAR 2013 geometry test, and this is question number 8. It says, for triangles A, B, C, and D, E, F, angle A is congruent to angle D, and angle B is congruent to angle E. Based on this information, which statement is a reasonable conclusion? Then it has 4 different conclusions. It says angle C is congruent to angle D because they are corresponding angles of congruent triangles. G says segment CA is congruent to segment FD, or side CA is congruent to side FD, because they are corresponding parts of congruent triangles. That might sound familiar. Both of these might sound familiar. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. CPC, TC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. No. Yeah, that was right. Corresponding parts congruent triangles are congruent. Okay, and then there's H. Angle C is congruent to angle F because they are corresponding angles of similar triangles. And J, AB is congruent to DE because they are corresponding parts of similar triangles. Okay, I think I understand what's being asked pretty well. I've got some given information. This angle, this pair of angles, and this pair of angles are congruent. I think that's all that's given, really. I've got the 2 names of the triangles. And then based on this information, which statement is a reasonable conclusion? Then I've got 2 conclusions about the triangles being congruent, and then 2 about the triangles being similar. So I think I understand what's going on here. My plan is going to be first determine, are these triangles congruent or similar, so I can eliminate 2 of those choices. And then of those 2 choices remaining, which one makes the most sense? So I know a little bit about congruent triangles. I know that there are many postulates you can use to prove they're congruent. Let's see if we can list them. We've got side, side, side. So that's when you have three pairs of congruent sides. Side, angle, side. That's when you got 2 pairs of congruent sides and the included angle. Angle, angle, side, and angle, side, angle. Well, all of those you need at least 1 side, and I don't know anything about the sides. I just know 2 angles. Similarity postulates. There's a couple of different ones, but the one that I remember is angle, angle. And that's exactly what I have, an angle and an angle. So it doesn't work with any of these congruence postulates, but it does work with this one similarity postulate. So I can rule out F and G. So now I just got to think about H and J and what they're saying, if that makes sense. So H says angle C is congruent to angle F because they are corresponding angles of similar triangles. Okay, so those are kind of the 2 that were left out. I had triangle ABC similar to DEF, and my first congruence was that A was congruent to D, and my second was that B was congruent to E. So choice H is just saying, hey, well then C has got to be congruent to F. They are corresponding in the way that those triangles are ordered there. Okay, so I think it's H. Pretty sure it's H. So I carried out my plan. I was able to eliminate 2 of those. I've got H. How can I check it? Well, I can look at choice J. J says side AB is congruent to side DE because they are corresponding parts of similar triangles. Well, that's the problem right here. It says that they're congruent. But when you have similar triangles, you know that all the angles are congruent, but you don't know that that the corresponding sides are congruent. The corresponding sides are just in proportion, not congruent. So I can eliminate J. So now I am certain that the correct answer is H. Okay, I hope that helps.